Hey y'all, I ain't gonna. Y'all know my car junkie. That's what happened when you got 15 jobs and work 12, 15-hour days on each one. All right, man. I'm hungry. I just had a massage, so I've been having some rough days. Some like everything. I'm not gonna say is going wrong. Nothing's really going wrong, but things are not moving as fast as I would want them to go. There's all this stuff in the back bags. All right. Anyway, I'm trying to be more consistent with my shows. I had to stop for a while because I was super irritated that I could not, like, I wanted to be more professional. I wanted to always be able to do the shows, in my office, my studio, whatever you want to call it. But the reality is, I have a busy life. I'm always on the go. And I was laughing because, what is his name? He has the, God, I'm so mad. I can't think of this man's name. Anyway, he was doing an interview with the young girl that got kicked out of school. She was going to a private school, and these Caucasian kids approached her, and they was like, "Why you got to be so loud?" Yada 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 yada. One of the girls walked up in her face. She was arguing with a young man. A girl walked up in her face, and the girl pushed her. She pushed the girl back. They got into a fight. The school kicked her out, but didn't do anything to the other girl. So, Roland Martin. Anyway, for the first part of his video, he was driving, and so it made me not feel so bad because when you got a busy life, you know things happen. So, first thing I want to do is have a moment of silence for our loved ones that have gone on. Shouts and prayers to the Deuces. Shouts and prayers to the family of Bolo. Real quick, Bolo and I went to barbering school together. But I'll tell you, we was the only barber and stylist that had that school cracking. We was getting in trouble because for me, I had my hair salon. We had to go to school on the weekends, and that was my busiest day. I know that was probably Bolo's busiest day too. And so, nothing. Some people, things are never just good enough for them. They wasn't happy with the fact that we were shutting our businesses down to come and have our people come to the school to get their services done. That wasn't good enough for them. So, but we had to crack it. And I assisted Bolo in getting his barbering license. So prayers going out to Bolo family, to the Deuces family. We're gonna do a moment of silence, and then I'm gonna kick the show off. Like I always do, shout out to my MCs, my ox, and my SCs. I'll let y'all know some stuff that we got going on. But let's get into this moment of silence. Okay. Now, do a prayer. Lord Heavenly Father, I ask that you guide and comfort us during these times of grief. I ask that you put a hedge of protection around all of us, Lord. Just last night, I saw where there was a fatality on the freeway, and we just never know, you know, the time or the day. So I just hope that we cherish each other, love on each other for as long as we can, and respect one another. Lord, I ask that you comfort the family, friends, brothers and sisters of the Deuces during their time of grief, and you just guide and protect the family and put a hedge of protection around Bolo's family. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. All right, y'all. So another person that I wanted to give a shout out to. This story is heartbreaking. Try not to get too emotional. I don't know what's going on with Detroit. Detroit is definitely going up. They had another young, yeah, excuse me, another young lady. Um, I am going to share her name. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 minute. I wanted to make sure I got her name right. All right. So, and then we're going to get into the show. So, this baby's name is, wait a minute. Hmm. See, this is crazy because this is actually the third teenage girl killed by one of her loved ones. Um, Kamani Lataque. So, this story is just horrible, guys. This baby, I'll go ahead and tell the story really quick. Toledo Chief of Police Mike Trowendale sat down with 13 Action News reporter Alexis Means on Wednesday to discuss the case of Kimani Lataque, a missing Toledo girl whose body was found in an abandoned house. Her memorial sits in front of the home where the teen's body was found. Toledo Police Chief Trowendale said his department still has a lot of investigating to do in this case. Darnell Jones is still in a Columbus hospital after he was shot by police there Tuesday. He is accused of killing his 13-year-old daughter, Kamani Lataque. Police found her body in an abandoned home on Miami Street. Could he be brought back to Toledo today? I don't know the timing. I don't want to speak to it because I honestly, now this was in Ohio. Honestly don't know when he will be brought back. I don't know if they are talking to him or not because I don't know if he wants to talk to them. But I know we sent a detective down this morning. Chief Torrendale said the case has taken an emotional toll on the family, community, and officers. It's probably the worst possible outcome of any one of these missing cases that we work. He said when Kamani was reported missing, officers interviewed family and friends, executed search warrants, and collected surveillance evidence in the case. Sunday, we brought in cadaver dogs. We were out there searching and beat it down, but wood, wooded area and some things that led us to those directions, to those areas. Latacu's father, Jones, was also interviewed by police. He gave us his version of the story. Eventually, we had nothing to say he had nothing to say that was, eventually, we had nothing to say that was not true. Things happened later on that week that we started saying some of the things he told us were not true. Why is he lying to us? An autopsy revealed Latacu's throat was cut Tuesday. Columbus police were working in connection with Toledo police. Found the suspect. Police said there was a confrontation and Jones was shot. Chief Truendale took issue with the Columbus police, explaining why he believes the statement the department gave was unprofessional. Uh, this case is one of the most horrific cases I've heard. This is a 14-year-old who was murdered, raped, and her hands cut off and her throat almost cut off. This is an absolute animal that came into our town. An official with the Fraternal Order of Police in Columbus said he is releasing, he is releasing, oh my God, could be true, could be false details. I'm not going to say one way or other, but he is releasing details that somehow he became knowledgeable of that affect another police department's case. Another police department's investigation, important facts that actually allow us to confirm suspects to rule out suspects to do things in that investigation. Those are details we would never release in an investigation, Chief Trumbull said. But let's talk about the second factor, how insensitive that is. He had no idea if the family knows any of those details. He has no idea our coroner hadn't done the autopsy yet when he was running around saying those things. The chief said his detectives hold on to information so they can build a tight case. At this point, we have no evidence that would allow us to file those charges. That doesn't mean evidence won't come later, Chief Trumbull said. Funeral arrangements for the teen have not yet been announced. Everything we know about the life and death of 13-year-old Kamani. City leaders seek answers on abuse allegation reports following Kamani case developments. This feels preventable. Kamani, former teacher, speaks out at a community vigil for Toledo teen. Police shoot Toledo father, wanted for daughter's murder. Teen's cause of death revealed. Missing Toledo's girl Missing Toledo girl's body found in an abandoned home. Father faces murder charge. Search party gathers to look for missing 13-year-old from North Toledo. Now, oh my goodness, the family had a lot to say, and it was very, very unprofessional of the family. You had the mother, the cousins, the grandmother. Now, the mother, the sister, and the grandmother, the child's mother, um, basically was inciting a mob to go after her mother. What I didn't understand is the mother never took care of the daughter in the first place. The mother gave up her parental rights to her godmother. The godmother had Kimani since she was 9 months old. The grandmother wind up getting Kamani 5 years later. And then she just recently obtained full custody. Now, my thing was, I wonder if the baby was better off staying with the godmother. The grandmother had, there are some allegations that the grandmother was abusing Kamani, um, physically. Now, the mother, it is odd that this little girl has trying to find a way to say this without being disrespectful or insensitive, but it was suspected that the father, last name Jones, his name is Donnell Jones. The mother. It seems as if the mother didn't know who the father was because she said multiple times that Donnell Jones was not Kamani's father. Kamani didn't have his last name, but they're saying that Kamani was actually Donnell Jones' biological daughter. Now, he was accused of abusing Kimani in the past. So, why would anyone allow him to have an unsupervised visit with Kamani? I don't know. Then the next question is, when Kamani came up missing, allegedly, she called her father up and said that someone was trying to break into the house, which leads me to believe that the grandmother had left her unattended. Now, she's 13 years old, so she's able to stay at home by herself. She is. Why would you allow her to? I don't know. The rest of the family. Now, that's the thing that pissed me off about the mama. You on TV hollering, crying, my baby, my baby, my baby, but you never raised her. You allegedly were not in her life. You out there inciting people to be disrespectful to your mother, calling your mom all kind of B words and saying that it was your mama's fault that your baby wind up alive. Even though me personally, they should have called her out because you got other kids that live with you. She had two small kids. While she got everybody out there riled up trying to fight her mama, calling her mama out, she had two small kids. So, what message do you think you were sending to Kamani, considering that you gave her up and whatever the circumstances were, right, that caused her to give up Kamani? I hope that those circumstances changed, considering she popped out more kids. But you in a whole nother state. I'm assuming living your best life with your new boo and your new kids. I know I would be, I know I would feel some type of way if my mama, now, y'all gonna be mad at me for this, but we kind of used to this when it comes to fathers that are not in the kids' lives, right? But we can never really get used to a mama not being in the kid's life, giving a child up, and then having more children and going on with your life while your baby is being taken care of by multiple people that one of them, two of them have already abused her. That's heartbreaking, y'all. And then you want to get on national TV, tell the news, don't interview your mama. You're mad because they would not let you identify your child. But they not gonna let you. She was out there for an hour or two, mad at the police, disrespecting the police, talking about what she was gonna do to the police because they would not let her identify her child. Excuse me, you don't have custody. Your name is not on anything, babe. You just had her and gave her away. No, the police were not gonna allow you to identify anything. What they did was waited for the grandmother to come, and they talked to the grandmother on the side. And you still had these little young ratchets trying to threaten the mama, the grandmother, and all this mess, right? Threatening to blow up her house. But and no, like I do not understand why people cannot take ownership for the things that they do. Yes, okay. Like, what is wrong with saying, yes, my bad, I offended you. Let me work on that. Even if I don't like you, I can say, you know what? I could have did that different. I didn't have to say that. I didn't have to do that. I didn't have to do that at that moment. Let me take a little bit of ownership. It seems like these millennials, not all, but a lot, they just cannot take ownership. Cannot take ownership. You out here wanting to fight and argue, and you gave that baby up. You walked away from that child and then turned around and had more kids. So, y'all already heard me talk about Zaya Harris. Her aunties. So that story was another story. They're saying that Donnell Jones groomed his daughter. The only way you can be groomed is if you're being unattended. The only way that somebody can groom a child is if the parent or guardian is not present, i.e., leaving a child at 12, 13, 14 years old home alone. If you know you can't take care of this child like the mama can't, then either let the baby go. Like, I don't even understand why the grant. See, and a lot of this got to do with collecting a check. Okay. You knew you could not take care of this baby. The baby was being loved from birth to 5 years old. Why didn't you just let that baby be? Let the baby stay where the baby was. Obviously, the godmother cared more. She took the child in without a problem. Now, the mom had the baby, obviously, for the first 8 months. That is a big old dog. Try to help this lady real quick. Go back, little baby. Go back. Go back. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Aw. Y'all, this poor little doggy. I can't whistle. Come here, baby. Come here, baby. Uh-oh. Well, is that your dog? Hold on, y'all. Come here, puppy. Oh, well, we tried. Wait a minute. It's her dog. She got another big old dog in the back of her car. Hold on. Oh, man. She got a big old dog in her car. Oh, well. I tried, y'all. I be trying to help. I was going to try to get out the car and get a dog some water and some little dog treats that I got in the back of the car. All right. Let me go back to minding my own business. All right. So, anyway, I don't understand why the grandmother just didn't allow for the godmother to keep the child. Um, it does seem like I said that the mama had the baby for at least 8 months before the child was given over to the godmother. They got a little dog right here. Hold on, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to get his dog some water and some dog treats, and then y'all can still hear me while I'm out the car. Is this your baby? I'm giving it water right now. He ran off. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Couple of more minutes. Couple of more minutes. Hold on, y'all. I'm almost there. All right. Well, he got some food. Let me go. Anyway, um, I don't know. It's unfortunate that this little baby lost her life. An update on her uncle, which was her auntie's um baby daddy. That's pretty much what it was because he was engaged to somebody else. He has about 22 kids running around Detroit. Those are facts. And he also groomed this little girl and killed her. He's in jail. He doesn't go to court till October. Um, Sad. And then prior to that was the little baby Harris out of Miami. Then they had another case of a little boy who went to Department of Social Services, whatever they call it in Michigan, and told them that his mother was going to kill him. And I think he was about 8 years old, and they didn't pay no attention to it. The mother killed him, buried him in the backyard, and when they were looking for Naziah, okay, so the little girl out of Miami, her name is not Harris. Naziah's last name is Harris. The baby out of Miami, Florida, her name is something else, but I'll put an update on her case. Her uncle also groomed her, molested her, got her pregnant, and unalived her. I don't know what it is. I know, in the Bible, they had people that sacrificed their children, and it's not uncommon, but to see in the news literally every day a child is getting killed, by their parents, by it's more people that these kids trust in their lives that are unaliving them than actual strangers. And it's really sad. I don't know what we need to do. I'm glad that a lot of y'all might not agree with me, but I'm glad that they brought back the death penalty. Um, I mean, they never took it away, but they're just actually enforcing it, and they are actually doing the executions. Like, it's unfortunate that we as African Americans are the majority of people that are being executed, which doesn't surprise me at all. Um, which means this is why I feel like we need more African American judges, lawyers, doctors, law enforcement officers. We need that.
if you feel like we are being um, treated unjustly, the answer is not to not participate in these legislative branches. Is get involved so that we can properly advocate, you know, for ourselves and others. All right, now let's get into the topic of the program. All right, so there was an uproar on one of my other platforms um, because it was stated that independent women are masculine. I've been hearing this for a very long time, y'all, especially when it comes to myself. Just heard it the other day. I don't know how to be a woman. I just want to be the man. I want to wear the pants. And I can honestly say to you that is not the case. I cannot speak for other women, but I think it is unfair to say that a woman independence equals masculinity. So we're gonna carry this topic for quite some time till we get to the real root of why men feel this way. Now, I do agree that we as women have a tendency of being very disrespectful, um, challenging men, fighting men, yelling at men, brutalizing men, demeaning men. I agree. I agree on all those levels. Um, and I do feel that I would say hmm, we are definitely not like the women of the 60s, 50s, and 40s. Um, we do know that it's a fact. I've covered it on the show before that in the 60s, the government began giving out cash aid to women as a means of undermining black men, getting them out of the home. And I will say that that brought on a change of how women feel. Um, mm, I just can't say that I agree that independence for women equals masculinity. You know, I I can't agree with that. I think that independence is independence and masculinity is masculinity. You have you. I don't know. Hmm, I don't know if you have some. That that just means to me that says that any woman that works, takes care of herself, is masculine. So I don't know. You know, I like to have facts. So let me see. I'm gonna have to when I get somewhere where I can pull over. I need to look up the definition of masculinity and what's the definition of independence because I don't think that the two are the same. I can't say that because I am used. Okay, maybe there's some truth there. I was gonna say because I'm used to taking care of myself. You know, I had to learn. Well, it started with my dad. My dad made sure it's my daddy's fault. I get it from my daddy. My daddy made sure that I knew how to fix stuff and take care of myself so that I would not have to be dependent on anyone. And usually, if you're dependent on someone, for the most part, that opens you up to abuse, verbally, physically. And I don't feel there's anything wrong with a woman being able to change tires, being able to change her oil, being able to hang up a picture frame or a TV. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Now, I'm not currently in a relationship. Maybe my masculinity is the problem. I don't know. I don't know. But I know that when I do decide to date again, I don't think any woman have a problem with being submissive. I think the issue is not the being submissive. The issue is being submissive to a clown that's not worthy of your submissiveness. That's what I think the problem is. What say you? If there's a person, so I'm gonna, bro, are you serious? You in that much of a rush, bud? I'm not gonna intervene. I'm definitely not gonna do more than 60 miles per hour and get a ticket and get my car impounded because you want to play Speedy Gonzalez. Anyway, um, and like I said, I because this is a topic that's based on how men feel. I will get men on here to discuss their feelings and why they feel this way. I didn't do it today because I wanted to introduce the topic and see how many people here feel that way. But look forward to in the future us having a panel where men and women speak freely and respectfully. Educated topics only. This is meant to help us. I feel that there's a lot of things that are going on within the black community that could be changed. Like I think that we need to start reading more with our kids. We have relied too heavily on society raising our kids and teaching our kids morals. We definitely, regardless of whether you believe in the Bible or not, it's a moral balance, and we most certainly should introduce our children to the Bible. And you know, there's a hot topic around church, um, and why people don't go to church. And I had a young lady that was speaking on the church that happened to have a child out of wedlock. My thing is, and y'all look, I had a child out of wedlock, but I'm not sitting up here pointing the finger at other people saying that they're wrong for this or wrong for that. People need to have grace, okay? Understanding, patience, wisdom, guidance, right? For you, and this might be striking a nerve for y'all, right? I'm just speaking on this woman. For her, right, to be unmarried like myself, right? And with child like myself, how are you to criticize the church? Like, we're not gonna get in this. We're not gonna go on the tangent on it right now. But a lot of people say things like, "Well, Christianity is a European religion." That's a lie. It is really not. If you think about it, right? I tell people this all the time. If Adam and Eve, right, came from the Garden of Eden and they walked with God, and God sent His Son. Adam and Eve were created from the earth, and they walked with God, and God sent His Son, and His Son had hair like sheep wool and skin like bronze. All right, y'all just do the math. But I feel that regardless of what your personal beliefs are, get these kids into some type of disciplinary teaching outside of the teaching in your home. And when they get older, let them make a decision on whether they think that the Bible has a lot of falsehoods and it ain't true. But it just is always funny to me how people that never picked up a Bible, right, or read it a couple of times, skimmed through it, and all of a sudden they are a professor in theology. So whatever needs to be done so that we can guide these kids in the right direction, teach these kids, and protect these kids. Keep these kids from these predators. Yes, I went hard on the mother because you on here disrespecting your mother, blaming your mother for your child's death, but you never played a role in this child's life. And this came from the family. Yes, there's two sides to every story, absolutely. But when you see this woman on TV with two little kids, and you know she live in a whole nother state, which brings us back to independence and masculinity. I personally feel that a man cannot call a woman masculine without understanding how we got here, right? I bet you any woman on this earth that could be with a good man that's willing to take care of her, and all she has to do is cook, clean, I was going to say, and suck a mean, but y'all would have been mad at me for that. So I'll rephrase that. Any woman that could cook, clean, and sexually satisfy her mate, I think that we all probably would do that. But what does that come with? Because I'm cooking and cleaning and staying in the house, does that mean that I have to put up with you being a womanizer? Or, I mean, you listen, there are a lot of great men. I know a lot of great men, a lot of them on the set, right? Take care of their wives. Okay, I'm proud to call these men my brothers. But everybody ain't like them. You got a lot of little boys that want to be called men. And then they get mad when they come across a woman that has her stuff together. And that's why I'm just like, wait a minute. We women, oh, y'all kick us every chance y'all get. If we working and we going to school and we paying our own bills, it's horrible. If we a gold digger and all we want to do is be a trophy wife, oh, we all kind of got gold digging garden tools. Like, come on, give a girl a break. But I also want to have the conversation because just because we're independent, we should be called masculine. Teach. Oh my God. There are some masculine women. Yes, they call them LGBTQ studs. That to me, that's masculine. Me being independent and standing on business, how is that masculine? I ain't running around talking about yo, look. I ain't sometimes. But usually, no, I'm not doing that. I'm just out here taking care of business, cooking, cleaning, DJing, rapping, singing. You know, trying to get it in. Why would I have to be called masculine? And I was not called masculine. Okay, I was not. It was two brothers talking, and the other brother made the comment that pretty much independent women are masculine. So I came to get more insight. And one of my sisters, not club sisters, this is a different type of sister. She, bro, she crashed out. She was hot. I don't get offended by what people say about me. I really just, it is what it is. You think what you think. You have the right to think what you want to think. But I like to involve, I like to indulge in conversation because if there's something that I can do to change the perception of me being masculine, I would love to do that. And the reason why I wanted to engage in the conversation is because I told y'all I hear it all the time. I want to be the penis and the vagina, and I want to wear the pants. And this is coming from my daddy, the man that made me like this. So no, just because a woman, I don't know. See, that's why we got to get the men involved so that the men can have these conversations about what And I actually did this. I did this a few months ago, biblically, on what is a virtuous woman? How does she carry herself? You know, guys, times have changed. We can't walk around in dresses and skirts and heels all the time. I'm a truck driver. I don't even have a job that allows me to do that. I try to do it every chance I get, but usually I'm in tennis shoes and pants, and every now. I mean, and see, that's why I brought up church, because when we go to church, the women have to wear dresses. Even if you don't believe in that sort of thing, it's okay to teach little girls to dress up, comb our hair, put on some stockings. A lot of these women don't even know what a slip is, you know. And so it is good to get up and dress feminine, because I can say we do look a little rough and rugged. And then a lot of us think that, now listen, I'm a bit of a hypocrite. I'm sitting here with some hot pants on right now. I thought it was going to be 90 degrees. It was 60. So that's not good. Hold on. Let me check a text message real quick.